Samuel.
When do you expect those players to be back?
Ahora.
Who said you the first one?
Jadon Sancho.
Jadon Sancho. Yeah, Jadon was ill, and Anthony Martial still is in the recovery, in the rehab, has to finish that. He did train this morning, so we're going in the right direction.
Questions, Casemiro, if I may. Since you came back to start for the team in Nicosia, the team have not lost any of their games. They're 8 games unbeaten. How have you improved the team?
Bueno, yo creo que no es solo un jugador, ¿no? Yo creo que aquí se nota que estamos trabajando, estamos creciendo. Quizá puedo aportar algunas cosas, pero es imposible que un jugador cambie la dinámica tanto así. Yo creo que la clave es el equipo, junto con la comisión técnica, junto con los jugadores, y bueno, lo más importante es que estamos creciendo, estamos ganando forma de un equipo muy sólido.
Neil.
Eric, given how congested the fixtures will get because of the World Cup, how big is it for you to top the group and miss the next round, miss 2 games?
Clear. Obviously, it's important. We can win that tomorrow night. We know what to do. We have to win and 2 goals difference. But finally, if you want to win the trophy, you have to win all the games. So we have to beat everyone.
Paul?
A question for Casimiro, please. You're synonymous with the Champions League. You've won it 5 times when you were at Real Madrid. I know you obviously want to win the Europa League as well, but I suppose that you want to be in the Champions League next season playing for Man United there.
Bueno, yo creo que la clave son mis valores. No puedo estar pensando en la Champions League el año que viene, siendo que tengo un partido importantísimo mañana. Entonces, mi pensamiento es ganar mañana, jugar bien mañana junto con mis compañeros. Y bueno, esa es la clave. Nosotros no podemos estar pensando en ganar la Champions el año que viene o no, tenemos que pensar partido a partido, así se gana títulos, pero yo creo que la clave de todo eso es pensar partido a partido.
We have one over there.
Hi, Eric. I'd like to ask you, what difference do you see in your team or what has changed in your team from the team that we saw in the game that Sociedad won in Old Trafford? And how do you think this result is going to have an incidence tomorrow?
What was the second question?
If it matters that Real Sociedad won over that you have to score 2 goals, if it matters in the respect you were going to have with Real Sociedad, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's time ago, 6 weeks ago or so, and it's a different team. That time, not all the players on the pitch with us were that fit. I think we're growing at the last games. We develop, we make so good progress, so we are confident, but we know it's difficult to win games here, but we like the challenge, and we know we have to win with 2 goals difference. So we have a plan for that, and we do everything to get that done.
Okay.
Eric, do you expect tomorrow one Real Sociedad team less proactive than usual because they don't need to win the game?
I think their coach is, he likes proactive football. Their coach is the philosophy, and I like that, they want to play. So, and I think he will stick to that. But we have to read. If he has a different approach, we will adapt as well. But we know what to do.
One at the back there.
Hi, Eric. Are these the sorts of games that you will learn most about your team, how far they have come since you took over as manager, in terms of it's sort of been a knockout game in many respects? You said you want to win trophies.
It's how far you come. I think you don't speak in autumn about how far you come. It's you can't win anything in this moment in the season, and it's what like Kاسιμέρο tells. It's game by game, and we have to win every game.
One over here.
Asier Aranguren, Euskal Telebista, this is for Casemiro. Mañana, para ser primero del grupo, a la Real le vale con ganar, empatar o perder por un gol. ¿Esto va a ser determinante? ¿Va a ser importante?
Perdón, no he entendido.
Mañana, a la Real Sociedad le basta con ganar, empatar o perder por un gol para ser primera de grupo, porque tiene 3 puntos más, 0-1 en Old Trafford. ¿Esto va a ser determinante, importante mañana?
Bueno, yo creo que es una ventaja muy importante para ellos, ¿no? Nosotros sabemos que cuando se juega así...
We know that when you play like that, it's an advantage. But I know really well the fans, and at Real Sociedad, they never play to defend. So it's something in it's the way they play. They go out there to play football. They try and practically every team in Spain likes to play like that. But no matter what Real Sociedad does, what the important thing here for us is how we play, how we go out there tomorrow. The key is how we play that game tomorrow.
Chris.
Yes, hi Eric. It isn't just the issue of having to play 2 more games. When you look at the quality of the clubs that are coming down from the Champions League, you've got Barcelona, your old team Ajax, Leverkusen, Sporting, Sevilla, Shakhtar possibly. It's not just a case of 2 more games, is it? It's if you can't finish top of this group, it could prove fatal to your hopes of going further.
It's clear. You face a heavy opponent, but we like those challenges. So for us, is that not the fact? And as I said, if you want to win the trophy, you have to beat them all.
One at the front.
Eric, with so many games already played and so many to come, how long can Darrow continue playing at this level? And would a right back be a priority for you coming up to the January transfer window?
I hope. I hope he is keeping progressing and not only stick to this level, because our approach is, our philosophy is, good is not good enough. We have to do better. So we're really happy with the development, with performances of Diogo. So quite clear. But also I know every club in the top, they need backups and they need competition. And I think we can replace him with Victor Lindelof, with Tero Malacia, and luckily also Aaron Wan-Bissaka is back in the squad. So we have replaces, but it's clear, it's heavy when you have to play every game, but his physical, really good profile. And I'm sure that he will keep going and he will keep developing, and that is what we demand, and I'm confident he will do that.
And then for Casemiro, how are you finding the Premier League compared to La Liga, like the speed and the style of opposition?
Pardon, no.
To repeat the question,
how are you
please?
finding the Premier League compared to La Liga and like the speed and the style and the opposition?
Bueno, yo creo que son competiciones totalmente diferentes, ¿no? Creo que la Premier ya está clara en la pregunta, ¿no? Yo creo que la Premier es mucho más fuerza, mucho más físico. Aquí se intenta jugar mucho más a fútbol.
People try and play
como ellos hablan aquí en España,
like
tiki-taka.
In Spain, teams like to play tiki-taka, more like a passing kind of game. They have good points and virtues and strengths and other defects or whatever, but basically there are 2 entirely different competitions.
Okay, one behind here, one there, and then Neil after.
Vale. Me gustaría preguntar a los dos, empiezo con Casémiro. Mañana es un partido importantísimo, es prácticamente una auténtica final, pero quedan
It's practically a final, but it's less than 20 days or 20 days before the start of the World Cup. After what you've seen with Pogba and different injuries, do you even think about it at this stage? Well, with a player's mentality, it's just impossible to start thinking about the World Cup. Tomorrow's game is just way too important for us to start thinking about the World Cup, etc. So I think any player who starts thinking like that picks up an injury in the end. So that's not my profile at all. All I think about is giving my all tomorrow on the pitch in order to play a great game and help my teammates. And for Erik Ten Hag, I'm going to ask in Spanish. I'd like to ask you about Cristiano Ronaldo. How does he feel? He started playing again from the start in the first 11. Do you think he feels more comfortable in the team, etc.? What can he bring on the pitch tomorrow?
Yeah, first of all, if you talk about his feelings, you have to ask him and not me. But he is really professional. He's in the group. He's an important part of this group. He's a leader type, and as you know, in Spain, he's really a threat for every defense. You always have to keep an eye on him, because every gap he will use.
Neil.
Eric, could I just ask how important it is to have a player like Casimiro with so much experience and having won so much in your rebuild of Man United?
I said it the other day, for me he's the cement between the stones and in and out of possession, and you see him growing from game to game, and with that also our team is growing. So we are really happy with the progress, but we know also we have to keep that process going, because we are not satisfied. We have to approach good is not good enough. We have to do better. So tomorrow we have another challenge. We have another test to do it better.
But also, in the past, Man United have bought players who have achieved things elsewhere and haven't achieved for Man United. What did you see in Casemiro that made you think he is still has the hunger?
Yes, he told me when we had the first talk, he needs a new challenge, because in Real Madrid he won everything, and he was a big part of Real Madrid. Still, they don't want him to go, but he had a feeling, is what he told me, I have to go to another club, to another a league, to prove myself. And that shows his hungerness, and yeah, I really like that. And I think from the first day on, he's coming with that attitude to every training, to every match, and he proves it. And I really like it. And what I say, he will be more and more important for our team.
Last question, Flex.
Hi, Eric. I wanted to ask you about David De Gea. We've seen him sweep in, and distribution is improving. Is that something that you're asking him to improve, and do you think he can continue to improve on that at this stage of his career? Or do you see it as a situation of he's fantastic, still making saves, match-winning saves, and you're not too fussed about how he is with his feet in the modern-day game? There's a lot of hysteria about keepers need to be able to play long passes, short passes, but what's the focus for you?
Focus for me, main part from goalkeeper is always to clean sheet, protect his goal. That's the main part. But nowadays football is also important. You can do something with feet, and maybe I don't know. There was maybe in the past a different style for him. But from the first day I was here, but also before, I saw some video content, and you see David is capable to do it. When I see David playing in our possession game, he's very composed. He's very good. He's very good as them in boxes. So it's no problem for David to do that. And I think also he proves it the last games that he's, in that fact he will grow and grow. And the other part, what is the most important, keep doing that, keep progressing, and get more clean sheets.
And to Casimiro, there's been so much asked of why Casimiro is so important to us. I wanted to ask Casimiro, you've played under top managers Ancelotti and Zinedine Zidane. How has it been working under Eric, and what do you think he can add to your game, even though you're so experienced and have achieved so much?
Well, I believe that knowing or after being in football for quite a while, despite the fact that I'm only 30, the obsession for winning is his obsession for winning is what surprised me the most. I think he's got many strengths. We all know it's a process and we are growing together, but we all see that he wants to win, but he's obsessed by, his obsession for teaching us and leaving everything perfect to the millimeter. That is key. His obsession for winning is something that only a few managers have. Only it's something I've only seen in very few managers.
Okay, thank you very much.